Rebecca Coriam was born on March 11, 1987, in Chester, England. She grew up in a close-knit family, known for her bright personality, her work with youth organizations, and her dream of traveling the world. By her early 20s, she had already built a strong foundation in childcare and outdoor education, making her a perfect fit for a role with the Disney Cruise Line. In 2010, she was hired as a youth activity counselor aboard the Disney Wonder, a massive cruise ship that sailed between Los Angeles, Mexico, and the Pacific coastline. She loved her job and often updated her family about life at sea, her plans, and her excitement for future travels. Rebecca was 24 years old, physically fit, confident, and well-liked among her colleagues. In March 2011, she boarded the Disney Wonder again for another contract, a decision that would unknowingly place her at the center of one of the most high-profile maritime disappearances of the decade. By late March 2011, the Disney Wonder was sailing from Los Angeles toward the Mexican Riviera. Rebecca was working her regular shifts with the youth activities team, coordinating children's programs and onboard events. Coworkers described her as professional, energetic, and dedicated to creating a safe environment for kids on board. She had a structured schedule, rotating between children's spaces, safety drills, and administrative duties. On March 21, 2011, she appeared to be going through a normal workday. Verified reports confirm she communicated with family through social media earlier in the week, sharing updates about her schedule and upcoming expectations for the next voyage. She was nearing the end of her contract and had plans to visit home. Everything seemed normal. The last confirmed sighting of Rebecca was on March 22, 2011, at approximately 5:45 a.m., captured on CCTV inside a crew corridor near the staff lounge. In the footage, she is wearing men's clothing, standard issue for crew members, and appears to be speaking on an internal crew phone. According to publicly released reports, she seemed distressed, though no official documentation has ever explained the content of the call. After hanging up the phone, she walks away from the camera. That moment is the final verified recording of her movements. Minutes later, when she failed to report to her 9 a.m. shift, fellow crew members began searching crew areas and cabins. By mid-morning, senior staff had initiated internal checks, but Rebecca could not be located anywhere on the ship. Once the crew confirmed Rebecca was missing, the Disney Wonder immediately turned back toward the area of the Pacific Ocean where she was last believed to be aboard. The U.S. Coast Guard and the Mexican Navy were alerted. Both agencies deployed search aircraft and vessels to scan hundreds of square miles of open water. According to official maritime records, the search continued for several days, with coordinated sweeps carried out in challenging conditions. Despite their efforts, no trace of Rebecca was found. Not a piece of clothing, not an object linked to her, and no confirmed sightings in the water. The ship's CCTV, logs, and onboard systems were reviewed, but no additional verified footage of her after 5:45 a.m. existed. The only confirmed fact, she was no longer on the ship. Because the Disney Wonder was registered in the Bahamas case fell under the jurisdiction of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. A Bahamian investigator boarded the ship when it docked in Los Angeles on March 27, 2011. He conducted interviews, reviewed accessible records, and performed an onboard inspection, though it was reported to be brief due to the ship's schedule. Disney Cruise Line stated that it cooperated fully with authorities, providing available data and access to crew members. The company later issued official statements expressing their concern and commitment to assisting the investigation. Still, only a limited amount of information from the investigation was publicly released, and no criminal activity has ever been verified or confirmed by any official report. Rebecca's parents, Mike and Coriam, immediately flew to Los Angeles to meet with Disney representatives and authorities. They were shown the CCTV footage of Rebecca's final sighting and toured the ship. Throughout the following years, they continued pressing for transparency, raising questions about maritime investigative standards and advocating for stronger protections for crew members aboard international vessels. They also worked with British officials, including Member of Parliament Chris Matheson, who called for further review into international maritime jurisdiction and missing person procedures at sea. Their efforts kept Rebecca's case in public discussion, ensuring her story remained part of an ongoing conversation about safety aboard cruise ships. Rebecca's disappearance drew international media coverage, including documentaries, news reports, and interviews. Her case is often referenced in discussions about missing persons on cruise ships and the challenges connected to investigations conducted under foreign jurisdictions. Verified timelines and documentation continue to be cited by news outlets discussing the broader issue of safety on the high seas. Organizations advocating for missing cruise ship passengers also highlighted Rebecca's story, using it to call for reforms such as mandatory CCTV retention, expanded jurisdictional oversight, and improved transparency for families seeking information. Her case remains one of the most widely discussed maritime disappearances of the 21st century. To this day, Rebecca Coriam has never been found, and no official investigative report has concluded how she disappeared from the Disney Wonder. She was 24 years old. Her family continues to honor her memory while advocating for those who disappear under international maritime conditions. They established a scholarship in her name and regularly speak publicly to keep her story alive. Rebecca's disappearance remains one of the most documented maritime missing person cases in modern history. What is factually known ends with her last confirmed image on CCTV. The rest is an open chapter, one that continues to remind the world of the vulnerabilities faced by crew members at sea and the need for stronger, clearer investigative pathways when the unthinkable happens. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, because behind every case is a family waiting for answers. Keep sharing their names, keep asking questions. Together, we bring light to the missing and truth to the unknown.